Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today is Wednesday again. It is November 9th, and thanks for tuning in. This week I just want to mention that we are doing a parish cookbook, and I am really, really excited about this. I really like all of you to send in some kind of recipe. This is a beautiful thing. It's way beyond the food. It's part of tradition. It's part of, our culture. It's really great. So please, I know some of you have some awesome recipes, both for desserts or main meals, just some wonderful things. And I'm even going to send one in too, to be honest with you. But I just remember, like, for example, growing up, I have a lot of Italian friends, and I know going over to their house for dinner or something, all the different cultural things they had, the food, they were all about food. In my Italian friends' homes, if they ran out of food, that would be a mortal sin. You never run out of food. Of course, I'm Irish. If you run out of beer, that's a mortal sin. So that's why the greatest wedding receptions I've ever been to have been between an Italian and Irishman, because the Italian side is saying eat, 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 and the Irish side is saying drink, 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 and it's just a great banquet. So here we go. We're going to do this cookbook, and I'd really like you to send something in. We've done one years and years ago. God, I don't know if it's 50 years ago, probably one was done in the parish. And the Home and School did one some years ago, but it's been a long time, and we don't want to lose these recipes. It's really something powerful. So I remember growing up, one of the recipes I'm going to put in the book is my mother used to make an ice cream cake roll, and it was awesome. My brothers and sisters, 9 of us, would kill for it. It's awesome. But it was quite an effort to put together. And I still remember as a little kid being in the kitchen, and my mother would have just taken this cake out of the oven, this chocolate cake, and it was literally steaming. And she had like wax paper there, and she'd bring this cake out, and then she'd take the vanilla ice cream and scoop it onto this cake. Well, of course, the vanilla ice cream was melting very quickly. And then she'd grab it and start rolling it, and like the world would stop, like everybody get out of the way, and Mom would say, watch it, and she'd be rolling this thing and finally get it done and shove it into the freezer before it all melted. It was like this big to-do, but we all loved it. And my mom's gone over 20 years, and now when we have some family get-togethers, one of my sisters or sister-in-law will make it, and it's really a gigantic treat. And you know why? Yeah, it tastes good, but it's beyond the food. It's about the love. And a lot of times in our families, the foods that we enjoyed as youngsters really remind us of the love of our mothers making it a lot of times, our grandmothers. And so I'm really urging you to go back to some of those recipes that you love. Stir it up in your family and say, hey, let's get some recipes in. I'd really like to fill this book with a lot of different types of recipes, because there's so much great food out there. And as our grandmothers and great-grandmothers die off, some of these recipes are lost, because a lot of them didn't follow a certain recipe. They just kind of pinched a little bit and looked at it this way, and they just had it in their brain and their heart how to make it. But it's way beyond that. It's about the love with which they did it. And every time I get the privilege of having ice cream cake roll, I always think of my mother. So this week, let's thank God for the traditions in our family. Let's thank God for the food on our table, that we've been blessed to have food on our table, and just for the love that's shared every time that you and I share a meal, especially as we grow closer now to Thanksgiving. Am I a grateful person? Am I grateful for the gift of my family and for the wonderful foods that are presented on our table? God bless you.